Welcome back with us live over the phone. His Excellency Ambassador Medhat El Meligy, former Assistant Foreign Minister for Foreign Affairs. Good morning, Ambassador Meligy.
Good morning to you.
Have a good day, sir. Beautiful morning to you. My first question to you is, what are the objectives of President Sisi's visit to Djibouti, especially at this time?
Well, actually, there are two axes that you have to examine here. The first one is the axe of the bilateral relations between the two countries, between Egypt and Djibouti on one hand, and of course the international and regional problems. First, regarding the free navigation in the Red Sea, when we are talking about the countries that are bordering the Red Sea, and of course the second one is the Palestinian issue, which is consisting of a problem to the whole countries, to the countries of the whole region. So if we look at the bilateral relation, we will see that Egypt is trying to help with the economic fields in Djibouti, especially if we are talking about their need of energy on one hand and how to enhance their port activities on the Red Sea. And of course this is coupled also with more interest in better commerce and better economic relations between the two countries. And of course, when we will discuss the free navigation in this vital international trade artery, the Suez Canal, we have to discuss it with the people of the same region. We have to emphasize here that one of the main topics that were discussed is that the responsibility of securing the maritime routes in the Red Sea is exclusively on the countries that are bordering the Red Sea and not any other countries, even if they are part of the Horn of Africa, but they should not be part of the security of the Red Sea.
Right. The most prominent topics or points that were focused on during the visit?
Well, if we are going to talk about the economic relations between the two countries, I think that the most important thing that were discussed is how to help our friends in Djibouti to collaborate with them in the critical sectors that they need our expertise on, such as energy, transport, and trade. And I think that they even announced that there will be a launch of a solar power plant in one area in Djibouti with the help of the Egyptian expertise. Of course, with other renewable energy projects aiming to ensuring Djibouti's energy security and promoting its sustainable development. And one more important thing is that Egypt will help with some ambitious projects, such as the expansion of the Dorale container port and the establishment of an Egyptian logistics zone in Djibouti's free trade area. I think these initiatives will definitely help to boost trade and, most importantly, to position Djibouti as a regional hub in the area of East Africa. If we are going to talk about the security and the safeguarding of the Red Sea and the maritime routes, this is a very important issue also, because both countries have rejected the threats addressed to the free navigation in the Red Sea, and they also called for the activation of the Council of Arab and African States bordering the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden to enhance coordination and cooperation in this strategic domain. So I think that these are the most important issues that were discussed when it concerns, I mean, whether the free maritime route in the Red Sea or the bilateral relations between the two countries.
Right. The most common fields of agreement and fields of concern, also if there were any memorandum of understanding that were signed during that visit.
Well, actually, there were signed many agreements and many memorandum of understanding, but mainly addressed at the fields that we spoke about. As I said earlier, the idea, the most important thing is the establishment of an Egyptian logistics zone in Djibouti Free Trade Area, and to help to expand the Dorale container port, and most importantly, the help that Egypt is trying to extend to Djibouti in the field of energy, and to secure promoting sustainable development in this field in Djibouti. I think one of the most important things that we have to look over is to link Djibouti and all the countries of the Horn of Africa with Egypt in cooperation projects, so that we can always secure the maritime routes of the Red Sea, and not to let this task, as I said before, that is supposed only to be to the countries bordering the Red Sea, not to fall into other or wrong hands, if I can say so.
How does this visit reflect Egypt's interest in the Horn of Africa?
I was just talking exactly about this point when I said that the most important thing is to link the countries of the Horn of Africa with Egypt in a network of common interest projects that will aim to boost their economy. The countries of the Horn of Africa need the Egyptian expertise to enhance their economy and to have a better position vis-a-vis the external world. And Egypt is the best placed country, as it is one of the most advanced countries in the region and in Africa, to help those countries. That's why even in the midst of all the turmoil that is enveloping the area around us, President Sisi has found the time to go and make this visit happen, an important visit for Djibouti and of course for Egypt at this very crucial moment.
Right. If you could please shed light over Djibouti's geopolitical importance to its neighboring countries, and also in particular to Egypt.
Well, I think that, of course, in the Horn of Africa, Djibouti is a very important country. Egypt has always had, ever since the declaration of independence of Djibouti, and Egypt has very close relation with it. I think that being on the southern entrance of the Red Sea, which leads to the Suez Canal, which is a very important maritime route for the whole world, and of course for Egypt, makes and places Djibouti in a very important place to collaborate with Egypt on this. I think that our viewers know that Egypt has been affected strongly by the Houthis' attack on the ships heading towards Israel, and accordingly many maritime companies have chosen not to take the Suez Canal and to take other routes to avoid the danger or the risk in the Suez Canal or the routes leading to the Suez Canal. And accordingly, Egypt has lost over 60% of its revenues coming from the Suez Canal. And that at this moment constitutes a very important resource for Egypt to continue its development programs and its infrastructure restoration and reforms. to a big extent. That's why comes also the importance of Djibouti as this very important moment as one of the bordering country on the Red Sea to secure the navigation in the Red Sea and accordingly restore our loss in the Suez Canal.
Right. How do relations between Egypt and Djibouti contribute to support the national security of each country? I mean, they share the same, probably different challenges and also common challenges, and also they have common interests, especially when it comes to national security.
Well, there is a very important thing regarding Djibouti, as I said, as the country that is on the extreme southern point of the Red Sea and the entry of Bab el-Mandab Strait. So that put it in a very important position on the Red Sea and the navigation routes on the Red Sea. And accordingly, it needs to develop its ports, and this is where the Egyptian expertise will come in handy, so that we can help with them to secure its position on the Red Sea and make from it an important country in this specific area. And not to forget also that they want to become a hub for East Africa as being on the Red Sea. So there are many joint projects that could be done in this field so that we can all benefit from being a bordering country on the Red Sea.
Right. What is exactly Djibouti's role in the grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, if it has any role to play? And how do you describe the Djiboutian relations with Ethiopia?
Well, the relations have been always, there are many ups and downs in the relations between Djibouti and Ethiopia when it comes to this. But of course, in the field of diplomacy, we have to maintain strong ties with all the countries that could affect this. Ethiopia, although not a bordering country on the Red Sea, but it is an important country in the Horn of Africa, and I think Egyptian diplomacy has to maintain very good relations with all the countries in this area to secure its own national interest. And that's why comes the importance of countries like Somalia, like Djibouti, and all the other countries that are in the area, in the Horn of Africa, to try to minimize the danger that might come from Ethiopia. As we have seen before, Ethiopia is not respecting the international law when it comes to the cross-borders rivers such as the River Nile, which is an important and vital river for all its countries, of course, Egypt and Sudan included. But I think that in order to do so, we have to maintain very strong ties with the other bordering countries, such as Djibouti. From here comes the importance of this country and why the president thought of it for a presidential official visit to this country to enhance and to develop further the relations between the two countries.
Right. At this note, of course, Ambassador Medhat El Meligy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, would like to thank you so much talking to us on the Breakfast Show this morning. And we're going to go to a short break and we'll come to continue our show, so stay with us.